Brock Purdy is an American professional football quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers of the National Football League, NFL. He played college football for the Iowa State Cyclones and was selected by the 49ers with the final pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, becoming that year's Mr. Irrelevant. Purdy began his rookie season in the NFL as the third-string quarterback, but took the starting role following injuries to Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. Winning all 5 regular season games that he started, Purdy played a key role in the 49ers' 10-game winning streak, securing a division title and an NFC Championship game appearance. Purdy continued as the 49ers' starting quarterback in the 2023 season, where he led them to a repeat division title and led the league in multiple passing categories before an appearance in Super Bowl 58. Purdy also set the franchise's single-season passing yards record and earned his first Pro Bowl selection. In today's video, we will learn about the Brock Purdy lifestyle. Let's get started. Brock Purdy, born December 27, 1999 in Queen Creek, Arizona, began his journey to football greatness in a humble suburban setting. Raised in a sports-loving family, where his father Sean was a former minor league baseball player, Brock quickly found himself surrounded by competition and athletic discipline from an early age. His mother Carrie helped foster a strong academic and faith-centered upbringing, while his siblings also played a vital role in shaping his competitive drive. Brock's older sister Whitney and younger brother Chubba both participated in sports and were deeply supportive of his aspirations. Growing up in Arizona, he attended Perry High School in Gilbert, where he started to make headlines with his exceptional football skills. His high school career saw him rise from relative obscurity into a record-setting quarterback under Coach Preston Jones. Brock threw for over 9,000 yards and 111 touchdowns in his high school career, leading Perry High School to back-to-back state championship game appearances. His remarkable stats and calm leadership earned him Arizona's Gatorade Player of the Year in his senior season. And while he wasn't the highest-rated recruit in his class, his performances didn't go unnoticed by college scouts. He ultimately committed to Iowa State University over offers from Alabama, UCF, and Texas A&M. Drawn to the school's culture and opportunity for immediate impact. Arriving at Iowa State in 2018 as a 3-star recruit, he was initially third on the quarterback depth chart, but quickly proved himself as a standout talent with an ability to lead under pressure. Brock took over as starting quarterback mid-season in his freshman year and immediately made waves, throwing for 2,500 yards and 16 touchdowns that season while leading the Cyclones to an 8-5 record. He quickly became a fan favorite and earned the nickname Mr. Irrelevant. Not for his play, but later for his NFL draft status. His sophomore year saw continued success as he threw for over 3,900 yards and 27 touchdowns, setting school records for single-season passing yards and touchdowns. His accuracy, football IQ, and leadership made him one of the top quarterbacks in the Big 12. By his junior season, Brock was on every NFL team's radar. And while Iowa State never quite broke into the national title conversation, they consistently performed well under his guidance. With bowl game appearances and conference contention in 2020, Purdy had a strong season, helping lead Iowa State to a 9-3 record and a Fiesta Bowl win over Oregon. It was a landmark season for the program, and Brock's stock continued to climb. As he stayed for his senior year in 2021, he solidified his status as the most successful quarterback in Iowa State history, holding over 30 school records, including career completions, passing yards, and touchdowns. But despite his college success, he was selected with the very last pick in the 2022 NFL Draft by the San Francisco 49ers, earning him the title Mr. Irrelevant, a term he would quickly redefine. His NFL journey began humbly as the third-string quarterback behind Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo, and most expected him to spend most of the season on the bench. However, when injuries struck both Lance and Garoppolo, Brock was thrust into the starting role. And what followed was one of the most inspiring underdog stories in recent NFL history. In his debut as a starter, he led the 49ers to a dominant win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, outplaying the legendary Tom Brady and capturing national attention. Brock's poise under pressure, accuracy, and decision-making stunned fans and analysts alike. He led the 49ers to multiple victories, including playoff wins against the Seahawks and Cowboys, reaching the NFC Championship game before suffering an elbow injury against the Eagles. Despite the injury, his season was hailed as miraculous. His rookie campaign ended with over 1,300 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, and a 5-0 record as a starter in the regular season. Brock underwent off-season elbow surgery, but was declared healthy in time for the 2023 NFL season. He returned stronger, more confident, and with full command of the offense under coach Kyle Shanahan. Brock Purdy quickly cemented himself as the team's starting quarterback, leading the 49ers to one of the top records in the NFC. He developed strong chemistry with key playmakers like Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle, and showed impressive maturity and leadership for someone who had been so recently overlooked. Off the field, Brock Purdy is known for his strong Christian faith, which guides his daily life and decision-making. He is soft-spoken, humble, and deeply committed to family values. In July 2023, he married Jenna Brandt, his longtime girlfriend who was also an athlete at Iowa State. Their love story began in college and has remained strong through the ups and downs of Brock's NFL journey. Jenna often shares glimpses of their life together on social media, showing a grounded couple who value simplicity and faith over flashy fame. On July 28, 2025, Brock Purdy and his wife Jenna welcomed their first child, a baby girl named Millie Jolene Purdy. They live together in the San Francisco Bay Area, where Brock owns a beautiful contemporary home with modern architecture, open interiors, and a relaxing backyard space. Though not the most extravagant NFL residence, it reflects his grounded personality and quiet lifestyle. His garage features a few tasteful rides, including a customized Ford F-150 Raptor, price $77,405, and a sleek Tesla Model S, price of $63,125. Balancing utility with eco-consciousness. Isn't known for a lavish personal car collection. Instead, he values practicality and reliability in his vehicle choices. For his personal use, Purdy drives a Toyota Sequoia, which has a starting price of $63,125. However, Purdy's generosity shines through in his gifts to his teammates. In December 2024, he surprised each of his 10 offensive linemen with a brand new Toyota vehicle, choosing between the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro Truck and the Toyota Sequoia SUV. The total value of these gifts was approximately $800,000. Each vehicle featured custom 49ers red leather interiors, adding a personal touch to the generous gesture. As for Brock Purdy's net worth, it has grown rapidly since entering the league. While his rookie contract was modest by NFL standards, his performances quickly attracted endorsement deals with brands like Nike, Bose, and Gatorade, pushing his net worth to an estimated $7 million by 2025. With continued success and the potential for a major contract extension on the horizon, that figure is expected to rise significantly over the next few years. His income streams include NFL salary bonuses, endorsement earnings, and appearances. Brock's disciplined financial habits mean he invests conservatively with a focus on real estate and long-term stability. Unlike many young athletes, he avoids lavish spending and instead prioritizes financial planning and charitable contributions. He's contributed to faith-based organizations and youth sports programs back in Arizona and Iowa, reflecting his desire to give back to the communities that shaped him. Brock Purdy's rise to NFL stardom is not just a story of talent, but one of resilience, discipline, and unwavering belief in himself and his faith. His time in San Francisco has further elevated his reputation as a calm and collected quarterback with a high football IQ, rarely rattled under pressure. He has shown incredible poise and situational awareness, particularly in crunch-time scenarios. Analysts have pointed out his ability to read defenses, make quick decisions, and execute Shanahan's complex offensive scheme with surgical precision. While he may not possess the cannon arm of some of his peers, Brock makes up for it with timing accuracy and leadership on and off the field. His teammates often describe him as approachable, level-headed, and relentless in preparation. He studies game film with intensity, often spending extra hours at the 49ers facility reviewing defensive tendencies and fine-tuning his mechanics. Under the guidance of veteran quarterback coaches, Brock has refined his footwork, release speed, and play-action fakes, all contributing to his rapid development in the league. The respect he commands in the locker room is unusual for someone drafted last overall, but it is a testament to his character and football IQ. His leadership goes beyond the gridiron as he frequently leads Bible study groups among players and participates in community outreach programs alongside teammates. Brock's humble demeanor and grounded values have made him a favorite among fans, especially parents who admire his clean-cut image and athletes who respect his work ethic and perseverance. Off the field, Brock enjoys a quiet yet fulfilling lifestyle away from the bright lights of media. He prefers spending evenings with his wife Jenna, often sharing home-cooked meals and binge-watching shows on Netflix. Their home is filled with framed photos of family college memories and 49ers memorabilia, but remains modest and functional rather than ostentatious. Brock also enjoys outdoor activities such as fishing, hiking, and golfing. In the off-season, he travels back to Arizona to reconnect with family, spend time with friends, and train at familiar facilities with former coaches and mentors. He's particularly close to his father, who has continued to be a strong influence in his life, especially when it comes to discipline, mindset, and mental toughness. While Brock has avoided the Hollywood limelight that comes with NFL success, he has become a recognizable face across the country. Often invited to faith-based conferences, football clinics, and youth leadership events. He also speaks openly about the pressures of being an NFL quarterback and how he manages those expectations through prayer journaling and mentorship. Despite his calm demeanor, he is known to be extremely competitive, especially during practices and game preparation, where he strives for perfection in every drill and rep. Brock's commitment to his craft extends to nutrition and fitness, as he works with personal chefs and strength coaches to maintain peak condition year-round. His diet is high-protein, balanced, and clean, with an emphasis on anti-inflammatory foods to support recovery and mental clarity. His weekly routine is rigorous, including early morning lifts, position drills, film study, media responsibilities, team meetings, and prayer. Brock Purdy is one of those rare athletes whose story resonates not just because of what he does on the field, but because of how he lives his life off it. His lifestyle reflects the values of humility, family service, and determination which continue to define his legacy. His love story with Jenna Brandt has been central to his recent years, as she remains his biggest supporter. Often seen at games wearing his jersey and cheering from the stands. The couple travels occasionally during the off-season, visiting tropical destinations or returning to Iowa to catch up with old friends. They often avoid the glitzy resorts in favor of quieter boutique stays or cabins in nature, where they can unwind, unplug, and reconnect. One of Brock's favorite travel experiences was a mission trip to Guatemala during college, which deeply impacted his worldview and fueled his desire to one day start a foundation aimed at helping underprivileged youth globally, with Jenna sharing that same vision. They are currently in early talks about launching a joint nonprofit focused on education, sports mentorship, and faith-based development programs. Brock's philanthropic goals are steadily growing as he understands the platform he now holds. With national attention on him, he remains active on social media, but primarily uses it to share game insights, faith messages, and family moments rather than personal glam or endorsement-heavy content. His authenticity has made him a standout among a generation of athletes often defined by branding and media presence. While endorsements do make up a portion of his income, he is selective about which brands he partners with, choosing only those that align with his values and personal story. His relationship with brands like Bose for their audio technology and Nike for his custom gear are based on mutual respect and performance over hype. As he heads into the next stage of his career, all eyes are on Brock Purdy, not just as the leader of the 49ers, but as one of the most intriguing young quarterbacks in the NFL, with a potential long-term franchise future ahead of him. Contract analysts expect him to command a significant payday when his rookie deal expires, especially if his level of play remains consistent or improves over the next 2 seasons. Speculation around a contract extension in the range of $120 million or higher has already begun circulating, with his value skyrocketing not just for his on-field production, but for his maturity, discipline, and image. Stability in a high-profile market like San Francisco has given him a chance to grow his personal brand without sacrificing his privacy or lifestyle. His house in the Bay Area is tucked away in a quiet residential neighborhood with state-of-the-art security and smart home features. A large backyard with a putting green and grill area offers a relaxing sanctuary for Brock and Jenna when they're not on the go. They often host teammates and friends for quiet dinners, Bible studies, or casual game nights over cards or board games. His circle of close friends remains small, tight-knit, and grounded, with many relationships dating back to college or even high school. Brock has been vocal about staying true to himself despite his rise to fame, and he credits his parents, coaches, and faith for helping him stay anchored. While fame and financial success could have changed him, those who know him best say he's still the same Brock who trained in the Arizona heat, ran routes with his brother in the backyard, and dreamed of one day playing in the NFL. His fans admire him not just for touchdowns but for his integrity, a rare quality that has made him one of the most respected young stars in American sports today. And while he is still early in his journey, many believe he is just getting started, with the potential to lead the 49ers to future Super Bowl appearances and maybe even a championship ring one day. Brock's story is far from over, but everything he's done so far has laid the foundation for a remarkable NFL legacy that will be talked about for years to come. His commitment to his faith remains one of the most powerful driving forces behind his success. Brock Purdy is not shy about his belief in God, often speaking openly in interviews about how prayer guides his decision-making and brings him peace through high-pressure moments. He begins and ends each day with prayer, journals about his goals and challenges, and regularly attends church services either locally in the Bay Area or through virtual worship when traveling. He and Jenna frequently attend a Bible study group with other young married couples in the area, and they often host fellowship gatherings at their home. They are both involved in mentoring high school students through church-affiliated youth leadership programs, teaching values like responsibility, character, and service. Brock's leadership skills extend far beyond the football field, and his involvement in young adult ministry has positioned him as a role model among Christian athletes. He's also a favorite among sports media outlets for his clean image, respectfulness, and thoughtful answers in interviews. Reporters frequently note how he maintains composure and professionalism regardless of the game's outcome, whether celebrating a win or facing a tough loss. His humility in victory and grace in defeat are part of what sets him apart. While most athletes his age may focus on nightlife and flashy celebrity lifestyles, Brock is more likely to be found working on playbooks, grilling in his backyard, or organizing donations for community outreach. His charitable efforts include support for organizations such as Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Compassion International, and local food banks in both Arizona and the San Francisco Bay Area. He's also begun exploring ways to support clean water initiatives in developing countries, with plans to travel abroad in the off-season for more hands-on mission work. His growing fame has opened doors to speaking engagements at colleges, churches, and sports conferences where he shares his testimony and discusses the importance of perseverance, faith, and family. Brock also enjoys storytelling through digital platforms, occasionally posting thoughtful reflections on Instagram about his journey, lessons learned, and personal milestones. While his social media presence is modest compared to many of his peers, it remains influential and widely respected for its authenticity. His fans range from young aspiring quarterbacks to older generations who appreciate his throwback work ethic and character. Brock Purdy represents a rare blend of old-school values and modern-day excellence. A young man grounded in purpose, yet fueled by ambition. His diet remains clean with a strong emphasis on lean proteins, vegetables, and healthy fats. He drinks lots of water, avoids alcohol during the season, and works closely with a team nutritionist who plans his meals to ensure optimal energy levels. Recovery routines include ice baths, stretching, resistance band workouts, and mindfulness practices to maintain mental clarity. Brock trains year-round with a few trusted trainers, incorporating a mix of strength conditioning, agility work, and quarterback-specific drills. He reviews films obsessively, studying defenses from every possible angle, and even taking handwritten notes to reinforce tendencies and coverage patterns. His work ethic has become a model for rookies and young athletes who observe how much effort goes into his preparation. Teammates frequently mention his consistency, showing up early, staying late, and keeping the same intensity in both practice and games. His relationship with head coach Kyle Shanahan is built on mutual respect and communication, with Brock taking full responsibility for executing the game plan and often contributing insights based on his own film breakdowns. His ability to understand and process complex schemes has been praised by analysts and coaches alike. Some even compare his football IQ to that of elite veterans, saying his poise under pressure resembles seasoned playoff quarterbacks. This mental strength, combined with his physical discipline, continues to drive his performance and leadership in the league. While his rookie label may have faded, his growth trajectory shows no signs of slowing down. As Brock Purdy's NFL journey continues to unfold, his name has become synonymous with perseverance and purpose, setting an example not just for quarterbacks but for any athlete who dares to believe in their dreams against all odds. With every game he plays, he silences critics who once doubted his potential. As the final pick in the draft, now regarded as one of the most efficient passers in the league, he has not only earned his starting position but is carving out a reputation as a future franchise cornerstone. His calm under pressure during primetime games is praised by commentators, former quarterbacks and analysts alike, who highlighted his ability to extend plays while protecting the football. His turnover-to-touchdown ratio ranks among the best for young quarterbacks, and his growing comfort in the pocket allows him to execute with rhythm and timing under defensive stress. What separates Brock Purdy from his peers is not only his technical skill but his leadership presence in critical moments. When games hang in the balance, he consistently elevates his teammates, delivering accurate throws, reading blitzes, and rallying the offense with surgical precision. He knows when to audible out of a play, when to check down, and when to go deep. And he often communicates with linemen and receivers with a level of trust and chemistry typically seen in seasoned veterans. His relationship with Coach Shanahan is built on mutual respect and a shared football philosophy. Both detail-oriented thinkers, they often review film together late into the night, discussing route tree coverage, disguises, and situational execution. Their collaborative bond has allowed Brock to unlock more of the playbook each season, adding complexity and creativity to the offense. He has helped turn the 49ers offense into one of the most versatile in the league, capable of punishing defenses on the ground or through the air. His leadership extends to the locker room, where rookies and veterans alike seek his guidance or input. He never demands respect. He earns it through action, listening, accountability, and a tireless commitment to the game. His faith continues to guide every step of his journey, grounding him through the pressures of performance contracts, fame, and expectations. It's common for Brock to lead team prayer before games and to check in on teammates going through personal struggles with a quiet word or shared verse. His spiritual discipline includes reading scripture, daily journaling, and listening to sermons during recovery sessions. He and Jenna often attend church services together on off days and have built relationships with a close community of believers in the Bay Area. The couple's relationship continues to thrive as a partnership based on faith, mutual respect, and shared goals. While they occasionally attend red carpet events or NFL galas, they prefer intimate nights at home, movie marathons, walks with their dog, and family dinners with loved ones. Their social media profiles remain modest, filled with messages of gratitude, game updates, behind-the-scenes glimpses into married life, and the occasional faith quote. Jenna has become a beloved figure among 49ers fans herself, often wearing his number at games, engaging with fans online, and sharing encouraging posts before big matchups. The Purdy household remains rooted in values that reflect Brock's upbringing and long-term vision. Family remains central to his lifestyle, and he frequently flies in with his parents and siblings for home games or holidays, often spending off days hiking in Napa or barbecuing in the backyard. Their Arizona home serves as a secondary retreat where he keeps training equipment and uses the dry heat for recovery sessions during the off-season. While other quarterbacks use the summer to chase brand deals or global tours, Brock uses that time to reconnect with his inner circle and refine his craft away from the noise. One of the lesser-known facts about Brock is his love for reading. He's often spotted with leadership books, autobiographies, or devotionals, and cites authors like Tony Dungy, Tim Keller, and John Maxwell as influences. He also keeps handwritten notes from former coaches tucked into a drawer at home, which he rereads before every season as a source of perspective and motivation. Despite his young age, Brock has also begun mentoring younger players both on his team and in college, sharing advice about discipline, preparation, and handling adversity. He occasionally visits college campuses during the off-season, speaking to football programs and sharing his story with students who dream of going pro. His humility is always apparent, never boasting about his achievements but rather using his story to uplift others and remind them of the power of faith, hard work, and perseverance. Even though Brock's commercial value is increasing, he remains focused on authenticity. When it comes to brand deals, he turns down most flashy endorsements, preferring companies that share his principles. For instance, he partnered with a Bible app that provides free resources for youth groups, and also works with a nutrition brand that donates meals to underserved families for every product sold. His sponsorship earnings are often funneled into his charitable work, with Brock recently pledging to launch a scholarship fund for walk-on athletes who struggle to pay for college. While not on full athletic scholarship, the program is designed to honor his own journey as an underdog and to ensure others get the support they need to chase their dreams. He also supports youth flag football leagues, hosting summer camps in both Arizona and California, teaching kids not just football fundamentals but character, teamwork, and resilience. These camps often include guest appearances from 49ers teammates, former Iowa State coaches, and local community leaders, making them a highlight for young athletes across the region. Brock is also developing a mentorship initiative aimed at pairing high school quarterbacks with professional role models where they'll receive leadership coaching, fitness tips, and spiritual guidance outside of football. His interests continue to expand, including environmental sustainability and mental health awareness. He's quietly invested in clean energy startups and often volunteers with local mental health organizations to speak about anxiety, performance pressure, and spiritual grounding. His own experience recovering from surgery and dealing with the weight of NFL expectations has made him a more empathetic and effective advocate. His goal is not to be the flashiest quarterback or the richest athlete, but the most faithful steward of the platform he's been given. And that perspective continues to attract admiration from coaches, analysts, and fans across the league. Brock Purdy remains a player of substance in an age of spectacle. A quarterback who leads not just with throws but with his life, and whose journey from overlooked prospect to rising NFL star serves as a modern blueprint for aspiring athletes everywhere.